Also,
we'll have to see. So they're
Irelia
getting
ban,
into
maybe.
draft.
Oh, and there's Irelia, like I was
There's the
talking
Lulu
about. And
ban.
Lulu ban,
Lulu
like we
ban on the
said.
side of Get.
Interesting.
The
The
Zin ban. We talked about that.
Irelia ban, of course, against SkillShots, very strong in the champion. They do opt into the Crocodîle ban against her Crocodile. And the Zinzao ban, of course, very strong jungler. And they ban Slizy out inside. They say, come on, come at us, show us what you can play more than these two champions, which I kind of like.
It'll be really interesting to see if acceleration bans away the Yuumi here, or whether they think Zlizie on non-comfort will be able to counter it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think they should opt into another jungler ban, maybe against Yarna, instead of a Yuumi or something. But they do. They go for the fixer ban against SkillShots again. I mean, he does play the Rise too, and they go for the first pick, Viego.
First pick. Ooh,
Yarna,
that's a very spicy one.
SkillShots did play a lot of Viego mid lane, but it has been nerfed hard recently, so I'm expecting it to go to Yarna in the jungle. But of course, Viego, like we saw previous game, pretty strong champion, pretty okay.
Champion reset. Turns out Riot Games have decided that that champion's just going to be strong for too long. Thresh picked up on the side of...
Hovering the Thresh.
Wait, hold on. Didn't Get Colonized lose a ban for submitting their team leads?
I don't think they did.
Never mind. I've been told by production that I'm lying through my teeth. No,
and Thresh, of course.
Thresh is picked anyway, so...
Pretty good support.
Very good support. Gives a lot of safety to the side of DiesToBubbles, especially if you're expecting to get jumped on by that really strong top side from Get Colonized.
Maybe they look to lock in the Jinx or Sivir
already. No,
they take the Jarvan, which is pretty strong at the moment. Also, they take it away from Yarna, who is a pretty well-known Jarvan player as well. Even though they already picked the Viego, I'm not too sure.
Yuumi coming through, maybe it's just a hover. Yeah. It's just a hover. We don't know for sure yet. But
if it is the Yuumi, I'm expecting a Jhin.
That's gonna... It is the Yuumi! The Yuumi Viego. Oh, I feel so sorry for the side of acceleration. If that gets out of lane, the Yuumi Trist?
Yuumi Trist?
I think Trist is a flex here, because I don't think Yuumi Trist is that strong of a lane. But
even with an AD jungler, pretty suboptimal. So I'm expecting to go bot lane, but with the Yuumi, not the best combination in my opinion. But we'll have to see how it works out.
It is comfort for Deadliest cat.
But it's screaming anti-heal to me right now, and of course the Jinx very strong alongside with the Thresh. I think acceleration should ban some top laners here.
I feel you want to ban out some teamfight initiators for the side of acceleration.
Yeah,
right?
I was about to say the Gnar. Of course, Crocodîle very good in the Gnar. The Wukong, also one of his signature picks. Just ban them both out. It's exactly what they want in their comp, I feel like. But we'll just have to see what they opt into for their first ban.
Of course, Yuumi has some sort of...
There's the Gnar.
There's the Gnar ban, just like you said. Camille ban coming through for the side of Get Colonized. They don't want comfort for acceleration.
Rhomion, of course, very strong. Camille, like we've seen before, has struggled last week against Stag's top laner on the Gnar. So they ban them both.
Yeah,
doesn't want to face that one again.
Decided comfort is for nerds. Apart from the Yuumi, of course. That's big
and the Jinx, let's be honest.
Well, you did say the Sivir. The Sivir didn't get banned, but the Jinx is still being picked up here. Maybe that's just a playstyle.
That was with a different support, to be honest.
True.
Maybe Zlizie doesn't like playing the Karma or whatever they wanted to pair with it. And they banned the Rise, which I was expecting over a Victor ban, honestly, because SkillShots is a pretty good Rise player himself. Yeah, but the Wukong open, though.
They think the Tristana's going bot lane.
And it's
set. Maybe they want to pick the Wukong up for themselves. I'm really not sure about that set ban.
I would pick a Wukong here, just to take it away from Get, but they might just go for a mid lane pick and leave the counter pick to their top laning, which is okay as well. I mean, you could save your counter pick for Gutsuo, but he mostly plays mages anyway, and against SkillShots, not gonna... Don't think it's the most valuable thing you could do. And yeah, like I was saying, they go for a mid lane pick.
Very safe, very good into the Viego as well. Whoever Yuumi's on top of, that's two champs that CC'd, basically. It's very strong.
Pretty strong pickup here. They do need some anti-healing
as well.
The Mundo.
The Mundo.
Is it really going to be a Mundo?
Mundo
not
Yuumi
sure.
does not die, and you can get the Yuumi off quite easy when Mundo just runs in. You push on the Mundo, you can't even be CC'd for the first CC, so you can imagine it being very strong. The Mundo does get locked in.
Mundo. It doesn't seem like a Sir Crocodile champion to me, but I guess he just he liked it. He doesn't want to blind anything
The
to
Poppy!
is
That's a
it the
Poppy jungle,
Viego
Viego
mid?
mid. It's a
It's
Viego
the
mid.
Viego mid. Okay, okay. Now we've got a
Oh!
game.
Now we
Okay.
gotta. Oh my god.
The Puffy jungle though against one dash.
I don't know about the Poppy jungle. It's pretty good into J4, I guess, because you block his fly. I don't think you can block his ult though. I think he's unstoppable during his ult.
No, he's untargetable, I think. Yeah. So
Yeah, so
can't block the
just blocking
ulti.
one dash.
But again, Rhomion of course also plays a lot
The
of Riven,
Lillia.
so
It's a
they would...
J4 top! Oh, it's a Lillia top.
No, it's the Lillia top. It's the Lillia. It's Rhomion. It's the Lillia top against
It's
the
the
Mundo.
Lillia top.
This is a
Oh.
good pick for them. I really like. They need to get some more AP damage. Also very good against the Mundo. The Mundo can't really do anything about her. I like it. I like the acceleration comp draft here. I think it's
Really
it's
good against the
actually really
Mundo
strong.
Yuumi, actually, as well. Because Lillia just deals percentage health damage, right? And that's just going to tear through Mundo, who wants to build things like Anathemas first, wants to build the Warmogs early, doesn't really want to build resistances. It's going to be really difficult for him.
And they have a lot of splash damage as well with the Lillia Q, like you were saying, and Lissandra and the Jinx rocket. So anti-healing should be easily procced amongst every member on Get, which is a must when you look at the comp. If I don't see a Oblivion Orb or Executioner scaling at minute 10, I'm going to be upset.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
I'll forget to play out these fights.
It's gonna be really hard here to kill Lillia later in the game. Like Mundo's never gonna do it. Poppy can maybe dash her once, but as long as she doesn't stick to walls, should be very hard for them to actually take down this Lillia who's prancing around.
I just realized the Poppy, it blocks the lantern.
Oh yeah, it
The
does.
W. That's kind of huge actually in these fights. You really can't let Poppy get anywhere close. You've really got to save the play for those Poppy in those late game fights. But that's not what's important right now. Right now, we should focus on the pathing. Both junglers starting up top side, right? So it looks like they're going to path down for a bottom Scuttle Crab fight.
Yeah, and I think Jarvan should not win on that one, since Poppy does have a lot of sustained damage this early, and does a lot of damage herself as well. And Jarvan just has this combo, right? And then it's pretty much over for him. But I will have to see. Mid lane does get Prio. Yeah,
This
range
Prio
against
mid,
melee again.
Obviously, you're going to have Prio bot when you've got a Yuumi on your team, but yeah, they managed to get Prio. So this could be a double crab situation for the side of acceleration, assuming Poppy doesn't begin to pass top lane to secure that crab, realizing she's at a deficit.
Both lanes do have to Prio, but again, a ranged versus melee mid, what's supposed to happen, I think, even though it's kind of pushing back towards Gutsuo here, and bot lane already
Bot lane's got
setting
massive
themselves
Prio.
apart with a gold lead already.
Play forwards, they've got
Or
level
the-
up. Oh, they don't have a level anyway. But
Nice jump there, but again, the CS diff's already there. Mundo's actually pushing in, but he's just holding the wave a bit, I feel like.
Lillia's not that strong early, especially until she gets more cooldown points in her Q. Her Q cooldown is going to be really high, and she's not going to get that much move speed.
As both junglers are looking to gank this bot lane, maybe Yarna is anticipating it, but they do have the ward, so they do
Being
spot
on
it
the
out.
ward. Maybe Poppy gets the mid lane gets pushed in just as the Scuttle Crab happens. Maybe the wave bounced too hard, so it looks like Poppy and Viego are going to be able to pick out that bot crab. And if I'm Poppy here, I just run top side and try and get double scuttle.
Yeah, not working out this early play from Rising Maiden here on the Jarvan. Pretty
Really
good
smart
ward
build.
there from Deadliest cat. So well played by them. But like you
What's
said,
Jarvan
Poppy
do now?
just sprinting it towards top lane since he does have the prio there. And is getting the double crab, so early advantage here for Yarna on this Poppy.
That's not
With
what you
some,
want to see when you're playing the Jarvan. That champ's pretty early game focused, and falling behind like that, it's not good.
I mean, he immediately looked for the gank and kind of got punished for it by some good fishing there from Get. Of course, the pressure was still there. Already a farm differential there.
My head now,
Cat.
Yuumi gets on the trap, she must be dead here. She can't jump back. The heal's blown, the ignite's blown, the flash forward, DiesToBubbles. First blood onto the Thresh, but I think DiesToBubbles should win this. The exhaust coming through, the reset, but no! The wave's just bad for DiesToBubbles. This might be a double kill in the bot lane, but it's not quite. 1 for 1.
And Bubbles, of course, always running the exhaust, but doesn't exhaust the Tristana until it's too late. Zlizie dying for it, does have the flash up still, so I'm not quite sure why he didn't just flash away. As...
Flashed
Oh,
away,
nice!
That's not what you want to see on the side of acceleration.
Good flash there from Tristana there to dodge the W as well to not get slowed. And Bubbles just overstaying his welcome there in the bot lane with no mana, no flash, no summoners. And gets punished for it.
Yeah, rightfully so. Flashed on by the Tristana, maybe not realizing that they have the flash disadvantage. And perishing for it.
I'm not sure how mid lane is up in CS though.
That's
I don't know if you're that's
player
kind
difference.
of weird. That's a player difference. It
I
must
did
be.
see that Lissandra was forced back and had to teleport back in. Maybe they got a huge crash then and she lost some minions on that.
Okay. And Viego immediately picking up the Mercs here against the Lillia, against Lissandra, and of course as you see from Jarvan and Lissandra combined, pretty smart pickup there this early. Might even go for the Wit's End first item here against this Lissandra. Does hit 6 already.
Both junglers down towards bot side might try and look for this dragon. I think you got to do something to try and restart the pace of the spot lane in favor of acceleration, so they don't fall even further behind. Looks like they're going for the dragon. There's a big wave crashing down bot. I'm not sure that Get Colonized can contest.
Either it's a steal or that they just shouldn't contest, like you said. Very big wave. Lissandra does have the prio with wave state as well, but they do opt into the fight. Jarvan can't really combo here.
The hook into the thing, but the teleport coming down, trying to get Colonized. But the T, it's stolen, and Rizigan made, he fails to flash over the wall. Oh, but the huge Lillia Qs. But this is disastrous. It's once again terrible for the side of acceleration game. We said they had the better draft, but in the early game they're going to be losing out. Oh, and the Barcone doesn't hit, and she's got no mana, and she's dead as well.
Acceleration, what are you doing?
Oh no. We said this one might not be a stomp. We said acceleration had the better draft, but when you're just outplayed like that, when you just lose fights, it's not looking good.
A little too hasty to opt into these early objectives when you are the weaker team early in the game. I feel like with the Poppy and Mundo with the Tristana Yuumi combined, who are already ahead, or were already ahead, now even more. They get punished for it. Big steal again, because Jarvan couldn't really combo with the W, as we are going into a replay here.
Yeah, the teleport coming through from them. There's double teleports, there's huge Q hitting multiple members, but I think Lillia's a bit too hesitant to ult, and they just try and run out, but they're getting run down. Lissandra doesn't have any mana. She gets hit, but the gas comes back and she just dies.
Yeah, very late ult, like you said, from this Lillia, but I think it already was over earlier when this Jarvan was stuck in a pit without being able to combo out, because the Poppy, like we said, had the W up, so he couldn't combo, otherwise he would get CC'd and loses the Drake as well, by the way. He got stolen away there by Yarna, so disastrous stuff here from acceleration.
Really
2k down already.
Yeah, that's not good. You do have the better scaling, we talked about it, but you need that gold to be on the Jinx, and Jinx has died twice. He does have a Celeste, she is going to be able to pick up a plate, but Bubbles seems to be dying to more than just Bubbles, he seems to be dying to Trist as well.
Yeah, but like you pointed out, they do have the scaling on the side. It's not all over yet, but for now it's going to be very hard with all these kills on the Tristana. Does have the CS disadvantage though, but if you take a look at the gold real quick, you can see that he's actually already up 700 gold. Mid lane is up, jungle is up, top lane is about even, and support doesn't really matter, of course. But early
Thanks to the
leads
Yuumi.
here across the board. Again,
Yuumi's-
just like previous game.
Yuumi almost has enough to pick up her Moonstone Renewer, which is kind of really good to get that early on the Yuumi. Or the Shirelias, depending on what you want to go for. But, yeah. Oh, it's already such a huge gold lead for Get.
Oh,
They're looking for the dive, they're looking to...
Deadliest
I
Cat
don't
getting
know
cut
what...
out.
I don't know what Deadliest Cat was doing there. Perhaps making a... perhaps deciding to sacrifice themselves so that Tristana can get out, having seen the play coming, but...
Actually, Deadliest Cat was going for a control order, ended in the brush there at the tower, and he gets punished for it because Jarvan was just sitting in the brush waiting there as he looks for maybe a play mid or just trying to pass through, yeah. But yeah, like you said, Yuumi without any vision goes for a ward there and gets punished for it. Pretty greedy there by Deadliest Cat to go for it, but nice
Okay,
punish as well.
Colonized. Yeah,
With
very
another
nice.
kill on the Jinx.
Another kill on the Jinx, that's good. You have to be thankful that Tristana didn't die, but she does have a 400 gold shutdown still. That's kind of huge. 700 gold over to the Jinx would be massive. It looks like Acceleration are heading up for the Rift Herald. They got the Prior in the mid lane, Tristana, but looks like
I
Mundo
think they
is
got it
down.
before they get here though.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
have
should
to.
be able to secure
They
this one and
see
get
if they
out.
can get out though.
Oh, and
Smite
it's
comes down, they're
stolen
stalled again, and the kill goes over on the job. This is disastrous. Lillia ult maybe trying to get out, but the Mundo still hasn't had his CC blown. He just dies. Jinx Rocket not able to pick anything up.
Oh, Bryson Maiden, check your smite key. Is it even? Bind it to something, because he loses the smite 2 times in a row when he does have the initial
There's a bit of a
position, the
tussle
better
going down mid lane.
position. On the dragon.
Yeah, looks like Lissandra's out managed. She doesn't have her ult. She's gonna get out. She doesn't. She dies, even though we can't see it. Lissandra died. She got engaged on by the Viego. The camera cut away. It was sort of like a to be continued type of thing.
Oh, and
but
it's-
Lissandra dies. Just gets run down by the Viego. When you don't have mana and you don't have ult, you're very vulnerable in that champion.
And it's starting to look rough, like we talked before this game. Mid lane, of course, pretty big skill diff here. Shows it too with a suboptimal pick in the mid lane, still demolishing his opponent. And again, Gutsuo not respecting the Viego's damage here, dies for it. Like you said, without the mana, can't ult, also has to ult on cooldown. So yeah, it goes down in the end. And but these two
It's a level advantage
objectives
entirely
steals.
across the board that get colonized. Every single person has a level, apart from the supports. Every other person on the team has at least a level advantage. That's kind of terrifying.
And like I was saying earlier, I like the acceleration comp more, but never count them out, I guess, is what I said. But they show it here with pretty good reactions on the plays that acceleration is trying to make. And they have a significant gold lead at this point. They are 4k up to 11 minutes in. Maybe in a bit of trouble here now. They should be fine with the help of the Thresh Lantern. But yeah, I feel like you should turtle for a little bit here.
Jinx does
Bubbles
get hit
does
by
have
the
a
trap, but there's
flash.
no flash out. He goes wide, no lantern.
Got flashed there by Bubbles.
That was disgusting. Do you see how much damage it dealt? God.
Yeah,
get colonized,
that's
get the dragon.
That's a 4-0 Tristana for you.
With pickaxe, double longsword, and boots.
Yeah, but I
How
feel like you just turtle in here, just try and skill up some more, and just don't start a play again, because every time they try to take this early objectives, they get punished for it very heavily. With now this Viego being 2-0-3 and Tristana of course being 4-0. Yeah, I don't know. They just get outplayed at every turn.
It's like it's going to be a mountain soul map, and I think that's one, very good for the Poppy. More walls to slam people into. That's always, you're always going to be happy about that. But two, I think it's also quite huge in terms of composition, because you've got the Mundo, right? That's resistance is just going to stack up so much more on that champion. It's going to be kind of disgusting. Both tried to engage in the Jarvan, but he dashes out. But no, the resistance is stacking up. It's going to be kind of horrifying for acceleration to chew through.
Yeah, I have to agree, and and we just like we just saw this Jarvan trying to finally look mid to maybe punish this Viego early, but I mean it's already too late. It's too little, too late. He has 2 components for the Divine Sunderer and the recurve bow for the which is going to be a Bork, of course. Right, didn't quite catch the name of the item, but compared to the other side of the
and because the
rift
top
here,
turret's
oh.
stunned, so Crocodîle can just walk in and bully this Jarvan. He's so on the farm, and Poppy comes over to the dash, flash away very soon. See if he can dodge the ult. He'll actually connects onto the Lillia instead. So it's no
Good.
kill. But
Good block there by Rhomion.
Rocket?
Oh.
Not quite. I don't think it's been enough anyway.
This is
tier 2.
already on the second tower here. Of course, they did spend the Herald top. Gutsuo trying to get some plates back mid. He is tanking the tower,
Oh
but
no, look, there's
Viego's
the
behind
Viego on
them.
the prowl. But the
Those
claw's
is,
gonna get away.
Maybe looking for a roam bot here while he's passing through, but gets bot lane, recognizing it, just backing off wisely. Yeah, such a hard game to play now after acceleration here. Just trying to skill up, trying to find plays, but the Tristana and Viego are so strong. Even the Poppy is that much ahead of the Jarvan, and Jarvan, of course, a very strong early game champ, but not so much afterwards. So it's really struggling now, since he didn't find any ganks.
I think one thing you gotta say that's not too terrible, though, is that they've somewhat stabilized. Never mind. I was gonna say they stabilized Goldie, but Viego runs bot lane and pulls out another kill onto DiesToBubbles, putting the Jinx even further behind. I was gonna say the gold lead hasn't really expanded much since 10 minutes. 5k at 10 minutes? Really bad. 5k at 15? Still pretty bad, but more manageable. But no, they just accelerate, get the kill on the Jinx, manage to get the kill on the bot lane turret.
Bubbles, of course, doesn't have the flash available from the earlier play made by Get bot lane with the Yuumi ult, and gets punished for it now. SkillShots didn't even have to infest the flash there. Probably just got CC chained to death with the Yuumi ult again. But yeah, like you said, it was getting stable for a little part there, but SkillShots again finding a nice kill there on the side lanes with a good roam. And Bubbles not having a great game.
Yeah, ironically enough, Get Colonized are accelerating their gold lead across the map and accelerating their objective gain. Do you see the Lissandra used W, but she's able to claw out before Viego can really make a play on her.
Like you said, pretty safe pick in the mid lane, this Lissandra, so has died 2 times, but I think it's been in fights both times
one
not
time
in
she
lane.
got called out when she had no mana as well.
Oh yeah, of course, it was a solo kill. I almost
It was
forgot,
a solo
but yeah.
kill.
Pretty good wave management here by Rhomion, by the way. Making sure the slow push actually takes down a lot of minions. So Mundo misses some more. Of course, Mundo can't really walk up there without knowing where everybody is. So nice, gets a little bit back there. Of course, not nearly enough to stabilize this game, but because it's a 6k, 6.5k gold lead at 16 minutes.
Yeah. That's easy, man.
Look at the gold difference mid lane. Oh my lord.
That's gonna be. Thank God Lissandra has some utility. I don't know about the electrocute on the Lissandra. I personally would have gone the aftershock, and I bet she's wishing that she had the aftershock now, because that would be a bit more survivable versus Viego.
Or even a face rush, you know, when Viego and Poppy dive on you, just WQ, auto attack, just sprint away. But no, he opted into the electrocute. I don't think they really needed the damage from the electrocute here, but he probably knows it better than I do. I'm just a dumb ADC main anyway, so...
Jungle Dragon is spawning up, and Get Colonized are obviously going to be able to secure this. I think it's quite smart that Acceleration haven't really made a move to contest. They're instead trying to get something else on the map, mid-tier 1, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. Let's hope they haven't been called out. The Yuumi speed up's quite fast. DiesToBubbles sectioned off from the rest of his team. This could be disastrous, especially with the Triss jump coming over the wall. Yuumi ult tries to flash out the pathing error. Oh my god, that's so unfortunate.
Bubbles walled back into the last chapter.
And the Poppy is going for Thresh, and I think she's just going to be able to pick it up, especially with the Yuumi prowling projectile. Doesn't quite connect.
Oh, nice
Poppy
flash there. Oh, good flash by Lissandra as well to answer.
Live, yeah. And
My
now
god.
it's just like it's playing whack-a-mole with the side of Acceleration Gaming, just hunting them down one by one. Only able to pick up the Jinx for now, though. They're
Jarvan doesn't have the flash available to him.
Does have the fancy feet, though.
Yeah,
does have the flag and drag.
Does get out. But again, another Herald going over to Get sides here.
Yeah. Super fast soul. The Dragon Soul comes up at 22 minutes for the side of Get Colonized. And if you're a scaling team, going against the Dragon Soul is one of the ways you can lose, even if you do manage to equalize the goals.
Yeah, it was a fairly early start from the Dragon, of course, by Jarvan actually, and not Get's team. But yeah, they got punished for it, and since then they've just been able to get every Dragon on spawn, uncontested. And yeah, like you said, in 3 minutes, 22 minutes Dragon Soul, very scary if you're acceleration here, because you have not been given the time to skill up some more to actually want to contest this dragon, but you kind of have to, I feel like, at this point.
And I mean, the items are kind of equal at the moment, right? Just because Get Colonized haven't taken a reset though, I guess.
I was about to say, well, Viego is basing, and there it is.
Yep, there it is. Never mind, that equal items, not gonna be a thing anymore. I do like the Everfrost pickup versus the highly melee team comp from Get Colonized, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty strong item in general, and stops the Poppy, Viego, Mundo all in its tracks, of course. Again, I want to kind of touch on the phase rush again, or even the aftershock. If you're gonna run this item anyway, you can pop the phase rush even easier, and I think you just never die if you run phase rush here. But again, let's not dwell on it. He took electrocute. It's fine.
He wanted to ego check SkillShotsOnly.
I'm not upset.
Well, I mean, he checked the ego and he found out his card was declined because
Bubbles, though.
Yeah, Bubbles trying to look for some poke, but there's not much you can do on the Jinx.
With the Kraken Slayer, does start to do some damage on this Mundo. Has to pop the ult though, which is a good takeaway here.
He's back to full health, man. I know he doesn't have ult, but that must be so demoralizing if you're the Jinx. If you're DiesToBubbles here.
Pepping the damage stats so you can blame your team after the game.
Yeah, but it's tickling them. The 200 crit looked like it did nothing, especially with the added resistances from the Mountain Dragon.
Yeah. What I failed to point out earlier though is Mundo actually taking the Comet against this hard lane in the Lillia, so he can actually have some more poke and fighting back damage as they get into a fight.
Out of position, just gets dived on by the Viego and taken over. Honestly, I don't even know if you want to possess souls as Viego at this point, just because it's worth less gold. And on the backside, Bridger Maiden also gets taken down by Tristana and Yuumi. It looks like Zlizie's also going to go down. I don't know how they can stop this yet, and the Rift Arrow gets summoned mid with 3 members of Acceleration dead.
And Bubbles thinking he's Cho'Gath again, like his master promos, but he is Jinx in fact, and does die very easily to the stuff like a Viego. Very disrespectful player by Bubbles stepping up that far when you know Viego somewhere in the area, and gets punished for it again. It's 2 and 5 at this point, and with the Herald mid they can maybe actually crack open this tower and maybe even take the inhibitor if they decide to.
I'd like to point out the 2 deaths on the team have both been on the Yuumi, which is kind of funny to me because if Yuumi's dying without any of your teammates dying, once in the game, understandable. Twice, you gotta put some question mark pings that way. Not that it's gonna make too much difference when you're 11 kills ahead, but wow. They're trying to secure some vision, try to look for this next dragon. It's really important. Try to look for the engagement. It's also the Mundo, he's got the CC immunity. That's not what you want to engage on. Jumped in, but pinned against the wall by the Poppy. That's not great when your jungler dies just before the soul comes up. Viego on the prowl, looking for DiesToBubbles again, flashes forward, just pops him. It's disaster. It's disgusting. That's Viego, baby. That's a Viego with 9 kill participation.
My lord. Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, the Dragon Soul came up. Jarvan thought he saw someone alone, and Viego wasn't there. Of course, he TP'd in the end, but trying to get some picks maybe right before this dragon, but doesn't work out in the end. And it felt like it was kind of a last-ditch effort here from Acceleration to try and get back into this game.
I don't know about this Colonized call to go for the Baron, right? Maybe they just want to accelerate and end the game and feel that they can do that faster with the Baron than the dragon, but if they don't win in the next 3 minutes, I'd rather just gone for the soul, because this is the one way that Acceleration can get back into the game. Or maybe they're scared of the Elder Dragon. I think that's the way Acceleration can get back in, so they're going to prioritize it less than the Baron.
I think they're just thinking here that they can end the game with this Baron, or at least make the gold gap that big that they don't even have to worry about the scaling, but we'll just
they're
have
already
to see.
13k ahead. That's a pretty big gold gap. I know Mad Lions came back from a 7k gold deficit yesterday, but I'm not sure. That's a bit of a bigger lead. Christ, twice as much for the side to Get Colonized than the Mad Lions victory yesterday. So I think it's gonna be hard for Acceleration to come back into this one.
Bubbles though kind of close again on gold with compared to the Tristana. Maybe that's what he was doing when he was overstepping, just farming and dying for the CS. But the mid lane and jungle gap in gold though is pretty humongous, if I say so myself. Of course, Yarna having a very good game here on the Poppy. We were doubting it a little bit in Champ Select, but it has been paying off for them.
Thought about one of these teams wanting to prove themselves as the undefeated, undisputed leader of the league, and I think we can say with confidence that Get Colonized has been doing just that. They've been proving themselves better in every single lane than Acceleration, finding leads all over the map. Obviously the game's not over yet, but you have to think it's almost in the bag for Get Colonized.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you there. As they break open the bot lane and having pushed in the top lane, 2 exposed inhibitors already, they're probably gonna take this one down and shouldn't have any trouble taking down the others as well, since Viego is pushing in the mid lane too. Yeah, I feel like this is, they have to go for a miracle play here. Maybe get a nice hook onto the Tristana or something along those lines. Don't think the hook on the Mundo is working, but...
Yeah. There could be a big Lillia ult, that's how you can go.
Oh.
They do hit the ult onto the Mundo,
Slave,
just have a thing, but
cleansed away.
Instantly cleansed away by the Tristana. They gotta look for something. Jinx is hitting for free, but the Lulu ult comes through, no, the Yuumi ult comes through, and the Poppy ult just gets 2 of them. The hook trying to come through from SkillShotsOnly, not able to find anyone, and you gotta think that's a wrap, right?
Yeah, this has to be the game.
Yeah. God, that's the absolute domination from the side of Get Colonized though. Jinx looking for a miracle play, but I don't think she's going to be able to find it. Oh, that's just an absolute domination of it. 18-2 in 24 minutes. We thought last game was a stomp. This one, Astro Smurf, Turbo Stomp, smurfing it in EAL from the side of Get Colonized, proving themselves as the undisputed leaders of the map, undisputed owners of the Rift. Tristana might take her first step. Oh, it does
got an 800 gold. Maybe it's not over actually.
I thought they could end. That's some pretty big shutdowns, both onto the Lillia. Oh, I said it was the end. Not quite. Not quite. Hang on.
You always see when you try to wrap up being the play-by-play, they always try somehow come back a little bit when you have a nice finisher. But
they got the VoD in the base, they got a teleport, and they got no Nexus turrets, 2 open inhibs, a soul on the cards in 2 minutes. I still, even finding that miraculous fight in their base, I'm not sure they're going to be able to find another.
Yeah, but I feel like they were just trying to focus on the Nexus, but Lillia actually able to take down 2, gets a nice shutdown from the Tristana. But yeah, like you said, with Soul on the horizon and them being this ahead still, I mean, maybe if the kills were on the Jinx, it could have been a different story, but I don't think this Lillia will make the difference here in this last fight that is about to happen as they're forcing it down mid.
They have reduced the gold lead to only 12k. Oh, 14k, never mind, it's the same. It's the same. I did my maths wrong. The gold lead is exactly the same. They weren't even able to put a dent in it. Despite getting the 2 shutdowns, one of which was kind of huge. Yuumi died again, 3 deaths on this Yuumi, 3 course of the team's deaths, but honestly, if the Yuumi's dying, that's probably for the best out of anyone on the team.
Yeah,
and it looks
definitely.
like... Sorry.
And it looks like you were about to say, it looks like this is going to be the end of game. Trying for a miracle player from the Jarvan, doesn't get it.
And the Poppy ult knocks up the 2. Jinx just getting run down by the Mundo. He's just slapping you around. Oh, the BM coming through. The rest of the team dies, or Jinx can't do anything but tickle this tank. And this time, for sure, it's actually over. They dive the Nexus, look for the Tristana, look for the Jinx. They might just find it, and the Nexus dies.